Hey everyone, welcome back to Hussain Psychology. Today we are continuing the Sara's story, a curious girl trying to discover how her own brain can play tricks on her in everyday life. This is her story filled with moments of realization and growth as she navigates different cognitive biases. So the sixth cognitive biases was Dunning-Kruger Effect. At work, Sara notices a colleague who's always bargaining about being the best in the office. However, he makes frequent mistakes and never admits them, but blaming on others instead. Meanwhile, Sara, who has been praised by her boss, sometimes doubts her own abilities. Recognizing the Dunning-Kruger effect, Sara keeps a journal of her successes and failures. This practice keeps her humble yet confident and helps her track real progress rather than just perceived skills. The seventh fundamental attribution error, that is one of the important cognitive errors that everyone is facing but they don't know about it. One evening, Sara is driving home when another car cuts her off. Furious, she labels the driver a jerk without a second thought. Moments later, Sara has to swerve into another lane to avoid missing her exit. Then she wonders if others now think she is the reckless driver. This moment of self-awareness highlights the fundamental attribution error is basically blaming someone else's action on their personality while justifying your own actions by different circumstances. For example, Sara might think that because I was about missing my exit, that's why I'm taking that turn, but she forget about the other person's point of view. Sara resolves to be more empathetic. Maybe the other driver had an emergency just as she did. Maybe the other drivers want to go to hospital. And the eighth one is negativity bias. Sara's day is going great. Her morning meeting went well. She received a compliment from her boss and she had a fun lunch with colleagues. But then a single argument with a friend in the afternoon ruins her mood. She goes home feeling awful, replying the arguments over and over in her head. Later she remembers the negativity bias, the tendency to focus on one bad event rather than the many good things in their life. She decides to write down 3 positive things from her day before the bed. This simple habit helps shift her perspective towards the gratitude. Always be gratitude if you want to be positive. And the ninth one is Bandwagon Effect. Sara's social circle is buzzing about a new diet everyone's trying. She is tempted to jump on board just to fit in, even though she is perfectly happy with her current eating habits. Before making the switch, she pauses and recalls the bandwagon effect. Going along with something simply because everyone else is doing it, Sara decides to do some research and consult a nutritionist first, making her choice based on the facts rather than the peer pressure. So whenever you feel peer pressure, remember then that it's not necessary that they are correct or right. And the 10th cognitive error is optimism bias. Sara often tells herself, I will never get sick, or I won't run out of money. Things will just work out. Because of this optimism bias, she sometimes neglects health checkups and overspend her saving. One day she imagines the worst case scenario. What if her plans fail? This pre-mortem exercises shows her exactly where she is vulnerable. Armed with this insight, she starts saving more diligently and schedules regular checkups, balancing hope with perceptions. Basically, that's the real life. The more you take care of your health, the more you will be successful later in life. In the end, Sara realizes her brain relies on shortcuts that can lead her astray. By learning about these cognitive biases, confirmation biases, sunk cost fallacy, anchoring bias, hollow effect, availability bias, Dunning-Kruger effect, fundamental attribution, negative bias, and bandwagon effect and optimism bias, she can make better decisions and live more mindfully. So it's your turn now. Just like Sara, try spotting one bias in your own life this week. Share your experience below. Let's learn from each other. And if you found Sara's journey helpful, subscribe for more stories and insight. See you in the next video.